What's good, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Michael Anthony Hicks Jr., man. And we here with episode 3 of Boy the Boss, man, where we talk about strategies, we talk about business, we talk about sports, we talk about marriage, we talk about everything there is, man, because we just want to give young boys, young men, young people a guideline, a blueprint on how they can level up in life, man, and how they can go from boy to boss in any industry that's out here and giving them avenues to just be successful. Today, man, I got some special guests, and these two brothers I really do look up to. And the reason why I say look up to is because they were the first group of people that I ever seen to actually own a restaurant that I could get access to. Most of you, or some of you, like a lot of people still don't even know, bro, that you own that record. Like most people don't know that you own the record. Right. they don't know that.
It would have been better if my rap name was Roland.
Yeah, it'd be better if your right. They be like,
they know he rapping, but they don't know he owned it.
They don't know he owned it. They know he rapping, right?
Oh, okay.
But they don't know he owned it too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a difference.
It's a difference,
right? So he raps it,
writing, the
composing, and all that part of the game. So he has really been like a staple in Dallas. I think Rainwater said something on a podcast not too long ago. He said the richest dude in Dallas is me. And like everybody got quiet. They ain't know. They were trying to figure out me. Like, I already knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, me. You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to fly under the radar.
Right. Right. And that's just usually how most owners think, man.
Sure.
But I met me. I was hustling, being an entrepreneur selling sneakers. And one of my homegirls that was in the entertainment industry had already started interviewing me. She was interviewing me. She was doing stuff for, Dallas locally as far as artists and things like that. She said, hook up with my boy Mike, he can do shoes. So I started selling him shoes when I had the shoe business and all this stuff, and it grew from there. You know what I'm saying? I know he probably still mad at me because one time he had some shoes he wanted. It was a miscommunication, and I had to end up giving I gave the shoe to somebody else. But he wanted the shoe, and I felt bad about that.
That's why I started wearing designer, because it was easier to get some designer than
it was Jordan. Like I would get
Mike
all
from Mike.
All I get was Jordans, and sometimes they be gone like that, man.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
To see the brother and to know the brother, and he's put me on much game. He's actually one of the reasons why I'm Dr. Hicks to this day.
Help him with the dissertation.
So,
oh man,
yeah. So I was interviewing business owners, and of course, since I knew one. Right. He was one of the ones that I called on. I met him at the barbershop, and I did my dissertation interview right there with him. You know what I'm saying? Like who I wanted to interview and get some thought process of what it was to own a business. So without further ado, this is Roland Truitt. Also, I have his brother in here, Romello Truitt, man, fashion icon. You know what I'm saying? Fashion icon in Dallas, man. He was one of the first people I actually know to own and have a store with his own clothing line in Redbird Mall.
Yeah. That was,
Like, I didn't know anybody at that time that had their own physical store. Like, you had people that have stores, like clothing stores, but they're selling other people's product. Romello was the first person, like, them his clothes.
Yeah.
That's his brand. And he has a physical store with his brand that he's selling his own clothes out of. So the motto that Nipsey Hussle was talking about, these brothers are actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? And they have went from fashion icons, music icons, to now restaurant icons. And how many locations you guys got now? Like 10?
We 10 for the win.
10 locations.
We was actually up about 14, but you had to liquidate some stuff.
Man, sell me one.
There you one. We might well give you one.
That's love. That's love right there.
Give someone.
Man.
For that intro.
That's love, man. I really appreciate it, but that's the thing people don't realize neither. That's what owners do all the time, y'all. They gift businesses to their friends. We don't think of it like that, but they do. Like they'll say, hey man, I got this Starbucks over here. I really don't want it no more. It makes a little money. You want it? man, let's talk about it. Nah, we ain't got to talk about the details.
Take it
that
over.
later. Here you go.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a percentage on the team right now. I'm missing 2%.
Right.
You want in?
You got some money sitting around.
Got some money sitting around?
Yeah.
Let's go on this, half on this 5%, and let's go buy a franchise. Like, those are the type of conversations that we have not been privy to be in because we have not been owners. And where I have my location at in Fort Worth, man, I did an experiment. I went around all of Fort Worth, the hoods. I was in Stop 6. I was in a lot of different places, man, all on the east side of Fort Worth to see how many black businesses there were. And for every gas station, every other place, bro, it was either East Indian or Chinese that own, different things. A lot of people don't even realize this, though. Like, if you look at a Louisiana chicken from Dallas to Fort Worth,
there ain't nothing Louisiana about.
I still can't believe you own a Williams chicken though. Like I said, that's just legend. That's just legend.
You don't get it. It's legendary, bro.
For a young person from Dallas to own a Williams chicken, that's big, man. That's big.
Hey, man, I really appreciate that.
That's like going from SMU to the Mavericks.
Right. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, listen, I don't toot my own horn much often. I don't do it often at all. I let my wife do it.
Yeah.
But just understanding that I had to build up enough capital to be able to really buy something of that magnitude, such as a Williams chicken. Like, to us, it's everything, right?
Yeah.
Because we grew up in Dallas. Like, we think about it as all this and all that.
Yeah.
But there's a business component to your emotions. A lot of people don't understand that. They just like, man, I like the chicken. I want to buy the restaurant. Well, it's more to it than that. Like, you got your franchising fees, you got payroll, you got food costs, background checks, inspection checks, food inspector checks. You also got taxes that you got to pay. There are a lot of things that come with owning a restaurant.
And that's before you get started.
And that's before you even get started. I ain't said nothing about your occupancy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't say nothing about if you going to build it out or not, or if you buy an existing, insurance, all of these different things, man. And I just want to talk to you guys to say, first, congratulations on everything, man. I really appreciate y'all brothers for coming. But, man, how hard was that, man? I remember y'all had one store. How did you multiply it to 10 stores? And also be able to have enough financial backing to say, we can help you franchise. Because franchising, a lot of people don't know this. Mr. Williams know this. Franchising is bigger than just letting somebody come in with money and take your name.
Yeah, because franchising is not the restaurant business. That's a whole different business.
Right.
So we own Wings World, but then the franchising part, that's not even the food and the everything. It's like a whole system that you selling.
The operation.
It's a whole operation. You selling the sauce and the sauce. If you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? So the franchising is totally different. You know what I'm saying? It's like music. You got the part where you record music and stuff, but then you got the music business part where you trying to get royalties off this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what people got to understand. And I think the way we was able to expand from one to some is just discipline, a lot of discipline. You know what I'm saying? Just perfecting the process, and it's still not perfect, but just constantly working on scaling it up. Because you might have something good, but is it able to be duplicated?
Right.
That's the thing. You always got to have that mindset.
So when you talk about scaling, Romello, like, what does scaling actually look like? I know you hear people that are owners say, scale up, scale up, scale up. You even hear Robert Smith tell Steve Harvey, whatever you do, scale it up, make it bigger. How do you make something bigger when you got a team of 7? Now you got a team of 40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of always
you got to get managers, and you got to get, regional managers to go by. Like, how do you guys look at it as far as scaling? Because like the corporate way of scaling and the way that you guys might have to do it may be different, or you could take some of the same model and do it, but it's still relied on you guys to go in to do the work because you're responsible for 10 locations.
Yeah. If I had to give some some advice on scaling, I would just say always try to replace yourself. Like when you start a restaurant, you're the cook and you're everything. All right. After a while, you can get you a cook and you go to the just cashier. And then after a while, you get you a cashier. Then now you the manager. And after a while, you replace yourself as the manager. You get out, you look at it, start documenting everything, write down the whole process. And then you remove yourself as a manager. You become like a general manager. You know, and just keep replacing yourself, keep duplicating, just like that. That's one of the ways, but you know, you can't learn this stuff in school, so it's
you can't learn this stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Man?
Yeah. when we scale from our first restaurant to the second restaurant, we kind of was in the, let's say, we had to understand the concept of a scale. You know, you start at 0. And then you go up. So we like, okay, so it's nothing negative about a scale. You know what I'm saying? It's just a 0 and up. So we scale, we don't fail. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know how much that scale can go up to. So if you know how much that scale can go up, then you can know what you can go up to. So our example was, we was in there, and I can't say Romello was in Cali making money. And I was on the road with Dance Like a Stripper, making money. But then this concept of this restaurant was presented or created from us, and it was more of a slow down. It was you know what I'm saying? So we got in there, we was like, okay, so what he was doing could make $1 million, and what I was doing made $1 million, but we didn't. We felt as if this restaurant could make $1 million. Not that we knew. We just, you know, we felt that it could.
Right. Like a lot of times, a lot of people don't understand, like a restaurant business is prediction.
It's a prediction.
It ain't, you don't know what that restaurant is going to do. You just thinking like, man.
Now you had to test your prediction.
What?
So now real talk, me and him was in there before we got to the second restaurant. We was like, we're going to make $1 million in here. So we was like, bet, let's make $1 million. So we started moving. We was enthusiastic. Let's make $1 million. We in Lancaster, finna make $1 million. So we started breaking down. But wait. How do we make $1 million in here? So it was like, okay, we got 4 fryers. Okay, 4 fryers. Each fryer has 2 baskets. Each basket can hold 50 orders in there. Oh, it's 60 minutes in an hour. Each order takes 15 minutes. We have 4 chances per hour per fryer. So what we need to do? We got 8 chances to make to this $1 million. Now you have to break it down how much $1 million is. It's what, almost $2,800 a day. So we're like, damn, can we make $2,800 a day out of this location from what we doing? Like, okay, so yeah, our average orders, they're doing 6-piece, 10-piece. We're gonna land at 300,000. We're gonna land at 400,000 if that. Now we got to get them to make. The average order got to be 30 pieces. Yeah, I don't care who you use. You got to have 30 pieces per order, per 15 minutes times 4 per fryer per hour, so you can make this $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't impossible. It was possible. So we're like, okay, but we know if we're in here doing that, we're gonna be ran raggedy.
Oh yeah,
still do this though.
You can do it though, and that's all right. This is the thing about owning a restaurant that people really, really don't have the concept of. Because I get a lot of people that says that be like, hey Mike, I want to be able to I want to buy a Williams, or I want to franchise this and this, that, and the other. You are everything in that restaurant. Yeah. Don't think of it as a investment where you can walk away from. I just put my money in it, get some people in there, and I'm out. Like, nah, that's not how the restaurant business goes.
You're really gonna be out if you do that.
You really gonna be out of business.
Yeah, or you're gonna make this much.
Yeah,
because you gotta hire somebody to expert, and that's gonna make the profit real small. Real small.
You gotta know everything.
Yeah.
Mr. Williams told me something that's very important. If you don't know everything or close to everything, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't get the business loan. Don't get into this restaurant industry. Don't do it. Learn every single thing. Learn everything from how to balance stoves, grease, dealing with grease. Learn about, how much a one piece of chicken cost that comes from learn everything about the business before you get into it. I think a lot of times when people hear somebody say they have 30 franchises, 50 franchises, 100 franchises, right? They don't really understand that the scale in which they grew the business is something of partnerships with other people too. You see what I'm saying? So it might be one of those instances to where, yes, I own a Williams, they own a Wings World. We get together and we say, okay, we both know something about restaurants. Let's go get a restaurant. We can go get a Williams or we can go get a Wings World because we're experts in both. And that's how you end up with 100 restaurants.
Right, exactly. Yep.
You don't end up no single person ends up with that many restaurants by themselves. It's more so partnerships, and what you'll find out on them LLCs, which are public information anyway, there's a lot of people on the LLC.
Right. Yeah, but you don't want to do this alone, no way. Like, when you get to our age, or you might, I don't know how old you are.
Okay. A lot of people be asking because I look older. Look, guys, I'm only 34. I'll be 35. I'll be 30. Like, I'm still a good age. I'm still young, bro. I ain't that doggone old, but I talk older.
But when you get to our age, you know what I'm saying? You don't want.
Hey man, I'm only a year old. I'm his age.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It ain't like we just super.
No, we all young. No, we
doing this stuff out.
Saying is, when you're younger, you be trying to do stuff by yourself, man. You have to do this. When you get I don't want nothing by myself. I need somebody I can call. Whether we need somebody we can, you know what I'm saying, forget all that. We gonna fight this out together.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You take them one-on-one fights all you want, get jumped on. Like, nah, I got some backup, man.
Yeah. And we never seen restaurant owners our age though.
Still don't.
You still don't.
And you still don't, huh?
You don't, because the thing about it is, man, who really wants to give up their time to be in a restaurant like that?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand. Like, it's a lot of time. It's very time consuming to have a restaurant.
Yeah.
It takes away from your. If you think that you're not gonna spend hours on top of hours on top of hours in that restaurant trying to make it right, you're fooling yourself.
And even the time, that's not even the hardest part. It's like mentally, it's different. Right. It's a different business mentally.
It's a different.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's because people don't play about what they putting inside their body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people don't play about their money. And people don't play, you know what I'm saying? So the restaurant
from the third, how they get treated.
Also, too, man,
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
I think that we have to understand as Black business owners that sell to our own people is that we're the hardest critics when it comes to that. As a Black restaurant, you only get one shot with your own people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't
even get that one shot. You don't even get the
like after you met, bro. You can miss some ketchup.
You don't even get the one shot.
You know what I'm saying? They ready to get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get their order wrong. Man, you finna go through all type of problems. But I wonder why we like that though. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Black privilege. We allowed to be like that.
We've lost a lot of trust in each other, man.
We
like just all the time, and it's crazy because I mean, a lot of them have a point, but then again, you got to get over that. A lot of us have been got by people that look like us, but you still got to get over that at some point because now you hurting you. Now you making your experience worse when you walk into these places because you got your guards up when it don't have to be like that. You know what I'm saying?
So what is it that we got to change as far as like being an African-American customer, being an African-American owner, and we know like the customer base feels some type of way with trust, right?
Well,
they feel some type of way about, one, I'm giving this Black person my money,
right,
hoping that they give us a product in return that we can be satisfied for. But then it's also another thing to where they want to be over satisfied for something that is so simple. Like, I've seen, Black customers go into a high class restaurant and brag about a ticket that they have, how much money they have spent here at this Del Frisco.
When that ranch hit, they like,
50 cents for some ranch. You want some extra ketchup?
Yeah, for sure.
Man, you ain't got my fries, right? My fries. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Black owners don't ever get a second chance.
Well, it's crazy. It's crazy for a owner. You say Black owner in general. We all insane. It's a thin line. We just all insane. Imagine if somebody came to you and told you, all right, so you're going to collect all this money, this much money. It's going to stack all the way up to the ceiling, but you better hold it because you got to pay rent.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay taxes. You got to pay the 940, the 941 payroll, unemployment tax. You got to pay the property tax. Hey, man, you got to pay the POS system. You got to pay, the merchant fee, credit card. Hey, you got to pay the payroll. You know what I'm saying? You got to match day taxes on there. Oh, you got to pay the inventory. Okay, you come on, man. You got to pay the light bill. You got to pay the internet. You got to pay the gas, the water. Hey, the maintenance. Hey, we can go on and on and on.
Yeah.
But wait, you don't get paid yet. You got to stack it back up.
Again.
Oh yeah, because next month you got to pay the light bill. You got to pay the water bill, the gas bill, the maintenance, the payroll. But you dang that insane. You were mentally but you realize that, hey, either I can make this amount or I can make this amount. You optimistic. You know what I'm saying? If you was pessimistic about it, you might hop out of it. Just that the same insanity that you got in you is the same insanity the customer got. A customer will come in there and they expect somebody to make their order. But let's just say if you came into a Williams Chicken or a Wings World and it was no workers and it was none but customers, and you went and looked at the person next to you, looked at vision, you looked at, you know what I'm saying, and said, hey, make me a 10-piece, make me a 6-piece, make me a 2-piece. That dude would be like, nah, I mean, I know how to cook though, but shoot, nah, man, give me $100. Better give me $1,000. You gonna give me a, boy, I wouldn't cook you nothing to save my, boy, ain't no cook out my face. If it was no workers in these restaurants and you asked a random person, you would be they would give you the craziest answer on earth. You were insane like us. So since we both in the same collective solidarity, we need to be having the same understanding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, a bad review may come. I really be like, did you tell them? You could have pulled them to the side. Hey, young lady.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, young man. You know.
I think for me, man, the bad reviews, I had to get numb to them only because I knew I was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
As bad as
it wasn't as bad as they make it sound. Like I had one customer just like everything was bad. Even that
bad.
all the way,
Yeah.
she said everything tastes bad. The chicken tastes bad. The fries taste bad. Even the peppers taste bad. I'm like, the peppers come out the can.
Yeah. I mean, you can't
You
believe.
see what I'm saying? So you can't.
Hot sauce. It was Louisiana hot sauce.
Man, I'm like, come on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, sometimes you listening to reviews to see what you can do better, and you're not going to block out any reviews. I don't block out any reviews.
Yeah.
You try to see, what can be done better, but then you also know something that's unrealistic too.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people have been so, I would say, pampered with everything in life, with social media, with having life the way that they want it, that if it's not the way that they want it,
They don't know what to do.
they don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to communicate that in an effective way.
You're disrupting their quality of life.
Over some chicken.
Right.
Oh, really over some chicken.
Yeah.
And I've had people really like get mad at some of my employees because they didn't have hot sauce. Now, of course, anybody that's been in the restaurant industry know, like, you don't make money unless you want to just go ahead and charge them. So you can make some money off the hot sauce, but it's a condiment.
Money. I wouldn't
Yeah,
involve. You
yeah.
actually don't make money off the napkins. You don't make money off the plates. You don't make money off the forks. You don't make money off the sauces. You don't make money off the grease. You didn't make money off none of that. Now, if you really included that into the price, Williams Chicken be the highest, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they and then when y'all are out of stuff, it really doesn't be Williams Chicken fault. And sometimes it could be, but most of the time it's the distributor. These distributors ain't even on point.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, but see,
They run out of stuff too.
They run out of like people run out of
They
stuff
run
too,
out
man.
of-
They run out of stuff too. They run out of everything. And people don't look at it like that. They can't.
Yep.
They like, hey,
You
you ain't got
You ain't no snitch.
You ain't no snitch.
That's why you gotta be
man.
you gotta have a certain mentality to be a restaurant owner, because you're in the face of it. You're literally in the face of it, and when they run out of things, you take the blame. When they go up on their prices, you can't go right up on yours. You gotta just take the hit.
If you like what's going on right here, right now, boy, the boss, man, this is what I need you to do. I need you to stop everything you doing. I need you to comment. I need you to like. I need you to subscribe to this, because I need them numbers, man. Don't do me like that, man. You like the product. You like the conversation that's going on, man. Go ahead and subscribe, man. Go ahead and subscribe to Boy the Boss, man. It's Dr. Hicks, man. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Podcast. It is your host, Dr. Michael Anthony Hicks Jr., man, and I'm here with the rock stars, man, with the restaurant rock stars, the wing rock stars, with my boy Roland and Romello and Vision, man. They out here today, man. We just talking about business owning, franchising, restaurant business, things that, you know, normally most people see that someone owns a whole lot of restaurant and equate that to they rich. Right?
Yeah.
Like they got a whole bunch of money over there. Like the money just flowing in. But I can honestly say I've had a restaurant for almost about a year now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't have my other job, the restaurant would tank.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like people don't understand, like for the first couple of years of your restaurant, you operating in the black. You're not even in the green yet because you haven't built up enough sales to be able to say, okay, now we're making sustainable profit month to month to be able to grab from that and grow and go do something else, right? I think a lot of times when people think about restaurants, they think about like it's booming, the trap booming.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when the trap not booming?
Scale.
Yeah.
Got to scale.
You gotta manage.
You got to buy another one. That's how I looked at it. As soon as the restaurant I had, the restaurant I got now, I started thinking like, nah, I got to get another one.
So restaurants, when you got like one or two, you got like it's like having a all right salary job, but then you gotta keep going. You gotta have a lot of them to really be rich,
Mm-hmm.
and you gotta keep them a long time in order to be wealthy. So we looking at it like we want to be wealthy. So even like these things been around. Popeye, how long Popeye's been around? So the person who started McDonald's or Popeyes, or they might not even be seeing the benefits, but their kids living lovely right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we do things that's bigger than us. We gonna reap the benefits. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta keep the motion going so that it just keeps going. Because I don't think people start restaurants to get rich. I think they start them because that's what they love to do. That's what they always wanted to do. They was inspired by something. But I mean, it's a hard industry.
It is.
And in every hard industry, that is where the money at. In every hard industry. That's why they hard. Because it's a small alley. It's not a lot of restaurants.
No, it's not a lot of restaurants, but
You know what I'm saying?
The margin for profit.
So that's what people don't understand. The restaurant the restaurant game is a pennies, nickel, dime game.
That's the sacrifice. But
That's
really,
the
when you
thing.
think about that sacrifice, who are you really sacrificing for? You're really sacrificing for the customers. Because like you said, is the profit margin can be whatever you want it to be. You can raise your prices up triple time. You know what I'm saying? But
It can slow.
you know where you come from. You can slow you down, but you know where you come from too. You know the people, you know who you trying to, your demographic or who you trying to cater to. And with that said, it should be a firm appreciation. It should be a firm appreciation like, dude, I can double these prices right now. And you either have to respect it or check it. But instead, I'm not even going to do that because I know what you got to go through. I know what I got to go through. But I'm going to stay down, and I'm going to sacrifice on my end. And then, because, I feel I'm going to win regardless.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, with us, though, I mean, that's why I got him as my business partner. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy because I got blessed in as the business partner. You know what I'm saying? I probably, you know what I'm saying? That's just one of the craziest things. That's my, that's brother, real brother, same mother, same pop. I kind of got blessed in, but we know how to stay down until we come up. So we really make our money back in 3 months in our restaurants. So when niggas say we rich, that's like y'all know too much. You know what I'm saying? But they understand. They understand because we really sacrifice. Like that goes all the way through that personal life, all everything
stops. Like, a lot of people don't understand. Like when you own a restaurant, bro,
yeah, it stops.
Spending stops.
All this stops, and we stay down.
You never know what you're gonna need it for. You gotta hold all that money.
You never know.
Because this thing that's coming up, bro, like you say, like you build it up to take it away, have a little bit, and then you gotta do it again and hope that little bit
still
stops on top of that and go over there. Like you probably can't take from your restaurant, bro, for 6 months to almost a year just to be a
perfect example.
Yep.
Like a lot of people out the game because of COVID.
Yeah, man. I mean, the biggest thing I would tell restaurant owners too, man, that I wish I would have known before I got a restaurant is how to turn your net 7s into net 30s.
You got to.
Yeah.
We was
Bro.
talking about that the other day.
Yeah, when we look at the thing, like,
Yeah,
man, if you can't turn your net 7s into net 30s, bro, you gonna
Yeah,
have
yeah.
a whole, because you talking about every 7
They
days.
barely bullying you, really.
Man, they
And really, sometimes
big
it's 3
dog.
days. Sometimes it's 3 days. Sometimes it's right now. Give me my money.
get my money right now. And like, you haven't made any money off the food you just bought, and you
Yep,
got a
you still gotta
whole
pay
week
for it.
Yeah.
to try to get it. But then they, like, say for instance, you bought it today, right? It's gonna be due next Friday. You gotta come up with all that money that you spent on that inventory next Friday, and you
But I'm
hoping
be honest.
a whole week go by that you make enough, but that ain't including payroll that's
Yeah.
due whatever weekly or bi-weekly. Really, in the restaurant industry, heck, you almost got to be daily to keep people.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Because
'Cause you ain't
go
go-
get dangerous though.
Yeah, you did that.
Some people might want to pay. Well, y'all can explain what a net 30 is.
Yeah, but I mean, like, some people like, okay,
might need to pay for their inventory
up front because they don't want to see that big. They don't want to see that big number at the end of the month.
Can't manage money well. You don't need somebody saying, "Look, man, just
Yeah,
take
get
it all,
behind
and
for
sell it,
sure.
and give me the money back later." You know, we know the streets too.
Yeah.
Get you in a lot of
Get you in a
trouble
lot of
in the
trouble if
streets.
you can't.
If
If you can't let that money sit off in there like that, because a lot
it's similar. The restaurant game is similar to the streets. Honestly,
No, for sure.
they'll drop off a bunch of chicken.
yeah,
Just
Yep.
sell it.
just sell it.
You know, just sell it, and I'll come back and get the money. And then a lot of people don't got the money.
Yep.
You know,
And
what I'm
like,
saying?
bro, you end up in litigation if you don't pay these.
Man, you end up in a lot. Yeah,
Oh, man, they just sent
Yeah.
the stuff to collection and you got 7 days, you sent it in 12 days.
12 days.
You like,
the
bro,
bread, man, you ain't.
Bro, the
Yeah,
check is
so-
in the mail.
Ain't no, like, that's the thing, man. Like, you have to turn over so much in sales weekly to be able to benefit off of the product that you're getting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The volume in which you sell stuff is so important, bro.
It is.
Like, if you're a restaurant right now, and you're a small business restaurant, bro, you barely doing $800 to $1,000 a day. Yeah, fam, it gets rough.
You gotta know
for
your
sure.
business,
You
and
get
you gotta know how much money you spend into the dollar, like every day, not every month. Because some restaurant owners, some business owners, they look at, all right, my rent is $5,000, so that's $5,000 a month. It's like, no, you need to break that down per day.
Hey, like,
So
yeah,
you
you gotta
know-
put that
so
up.
you know
Yeah,
what
you
you
gotta
actually
put that
make.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta put
Mhm.
that up per day.
per
Like,
day. So you need to know, like, dang, I'm spending $600 a day because my electric bill is this per month, my rent is this per month, so I need $600 per day.
Anything over 600.
Yeah,
is
so
my pocket.
anything over you in the
My
you in the
zero
green.
is 600.
Anything under, you need to get out there and do something. You need to get some people in here. You need to cut some prices. You need to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Get out.
man, figure.
But we use our leverage though. So like, I mean, if you want to know how to get to that net 30, you got to understand your power before you understand your power. You know what I'm saying? So we do this very well, and we'll tell them straight up, man. We'll agree to your price. We'll agree to your rules. But if I find something better, I'm going to move. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, oh, okay, and they think we playing with them. So we'll go, as soon as we land a deal, we'll go to the next deal and say, we'll tell you about the deal, but now we got a good deal over here. And they'll automatically be ready to make a better deal. So we already know the prices of, the commodity of chicken is what we in. So we already know. So we know that you can't go lower than what you're doing. And if you do go lower, you're going to go up. So we make our negotiation on, you know what? We'll pay the regular price of your chicken, but we want to do a net 30. They'll be like, we could do that, but not knowing that all we needed to do was get to net 30 anyway.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
So I can build up enough money to pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
there
if I know weekly I only need to spend $4,000 on food, but y'all only giving me 7 days to come up with the 4,000 instead of the whole month.
Right.
Just come up with a $4,000 a week. Give me a whole month to try to come up with for a $16,000. You see what I'm saying?
Understood.
And that way at the end of the month you looking like, okay, I made $50,000. I can pay that $16,000 bill.
Yep.
I might not have made that much in profit because now I got to pay everything else. But at least I had enough money. I had enough time to store up the money and make the sales. A lot of times when you on net 7s, you don't have enough time to make up that money, or you living day to day. And when you first starting off a restaurant, day to day it could look like anything depending on where you at. You know what I'm saying? You could have a nice $4,000 day, or you could have a $800 day.
Yeah.
It just depends on what's going on, and then don't let the weather factor into what you got going on. Don't let your lights be off for certain reasons.
Don't let your workers
Don't
not
let
come
your
to
workers
work.
not come to work.
Whatever.
Be sick or something, they can't come for another week or so. Now you dealing with so many different problems, but the chicken gotta get sold.
I gotta get sold. So if you do something like, if you do like the 50,000 a month and your chicken happen to be $16K, then you really know you need to really scale down to like $13,000 because you above your food costs anyways. So now you can go back to them like, hey, next month I either got to get a lower chicken, I'm gonna have to go somewhere else because 16,000, that's above my 25% margin on that, and I am not gonna be able to sustain with you guys, and then they'll work with you. You know what I'm saying, for the time being.
And then let people know like the margins of how you look at your chicken and how it's supposed to be sold and broken down, because a lot of people don't even understand, like, if you get 100%, most of it goes towards your food costs. Like, a lot of people don't know that, like, but you need to stay below 40%.
Oh yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
We try to stay under 25%, but the weight you add in the waste, you at 30%.
Yeah.
So you
find a formula that fits your business best. Like, you really got 5 categories. You got like expenses, then you got the payroll, then you got inventory, operation, you got maintenance. So whatever if you can get down to 20% here.
Oh yeah,
because
that's when your profit.
That's when you see your profit.
Take your money.
The fifth one is your profit. So yeah, if you just gotta move it around how you can. It's some businesses that they heavy on the expenses, but the payroll is low.
So the other
you know what I'm saying?
That we go through that we struggle with, but we just don't step on it and stand on it the way we should, is that we buy stuff by the pound and we sell by the piece.
Yeah.
And that's that's the win for them, because they understand if they sold by the piece, it's gonna be over, because now we got a guaranteed certain amount of pieces, certain amount of quality of pieces, certain amount of every size of pieces.
So let me ask you this: you think chicken could ever be sold market price?
Market price? I don't think chicken can ever be sold market price.
Yeah,
I think
because that's basically what you're talking about. You're talking about the difference between selling by the pound or market price.
The only thing that I've seen ever be sold by market price is seafood.
Yeah, crab legs,
legs, lobster.
What about by the pound? That's just mainly barbecue.
Barbecue.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, by the pound is better for different barbecue houses, because they getting it by weight too, right?
Exactly.
So they can just
just slice up the price. Exactly. They slice it like, hey man, half a pound, man, that's $13 a pound.
Well, I can't say the people who could do it is Williams though. Y'all could change the game for all of us though. Y'all could get them to say, hey, we're going to do by the piece. Each case going to be in this. It's going to be 40 pieces or 240 pieces or whatever it is. So each piece is this amount. Now you can really scale your price the right way.
And the customer will win too, though.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it goes down. Yeah, sometimes it's less. Yeah.
I think that I didn't know how much power certain businesses have with manufacturers and with product.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like Mr. Williams can go in there and say what he want to say.
Yeah, that's buying power.
You know what I'm saying? Like his buying power.
You gotta tell him. I wanted him to be my mentor. Real talk. And for the longest, that was the one I wanted to be my mentor.
Like I know him. I know Mr. Williams personally. Of course.
Right.
I've been working with him for some time.
I just bought a house
by his house.
Yeah.
Mr. Williams. He's a no-nonsense type of guy, but he is very relatable. More so when it comes to that chicken business, man, there's nobody else that understands the chicken business like he is. He can write some stuff down on paper, bro. It shock you. You know what I'm saying? So if you, like me, I'm learning stuff from him. I'm like, dang, okay, that's how he do it. Like, Mr. Williams gets so detailed to where he wants the same color chicken every day. He knows how to get the chicken to be the same color every single day, so the customer gets the same chicken every time they come. And that takes a lot of hard work on the back end.
Yeah,
stove.
Sure.
Like he don't even like doing the register and nothing like that. Like he the one that changed my whole perception of cash registering and stuff like that. Like I don't even want to deal with that.
Yeah.
The computer gonna tell me how much I should have made and who stole from me and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
I need to worry about this back room back here and making sure that chicken right, because if the chicken right, the sale gonna go up.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So the marination process and how to balance your stoves and how to deal with grease and how to make your chicken be a certain color every day. That is his thing. That's what he's really, really on.
Y'all change y'all grease manually, or y'all got a grease changer in there?
No, like, okay, so manually, we don't do that. I mean, if your filter machine is broken, then you'll have to do
So y'all got the machine?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all fancy, huh?
And then, but if
Fancy.
but who wants to, like I say, bro, that filter machine for most restaurant owners, let me tell you, bro, that filter machine $4,500,
Yeah.
Yeah, for any,
$5,000, just depending on.
Oh, yeah, for every restaurant that you got.
For every
And
one
we-
you got.
and
You
which
gotta
one we
have
don't
one.
got
You gotta have one. Like
We got
I'm
one.
saying, because you don't want to do it by hand, because by hand you have to get this little filter thing and put it underneath the grease, and it has to drop out slow, and that's how you filter your grease out. It could take you hours to do that versus, you know what I'm saying, 20 minutes to filter out the stuff. Machine, you know what I'm saying?
What you paying employees to
What
do
you
that
paying
anyway, so
employees.
you gonna spend your $4,500.
But here's the thing though, even employees don't filter out the machine the way that they should.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You gotta
teach
educate them on the equipment.
Yeah, you gotta educate them on what the stove should look like after you filter out a machine. Like, bro, it should flour. Then that was Mr. Williams that taught me this. Flour and grease don't mix.
Oh yeah, just like the water and grease.
You know, just like the grease don't mix with nothing. Water, flour, it don't do nothing.
Yeah.
And he was the one that told me, like, the reason why some chicken get dark is because that flour, how you make gravy.
Yeah,
You make flour with grease.
Yeah,
So just
for sure.
it turns it brown.
Yeah,
It'll
for
do the
sure.
same thing to that chicken.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, huh? And he talked like, bro, like it's so many things that I had learned from the man, and I'm still learning. I don't know enough. You know what I'm saying?
But
I
you
can't
had to
compare-
buy a franchise to learn.
Yeah,
Because I ain't buying one.
Imagine buying a, but see, here's the
That's
thing,
why
though.
franchise is so
Imagine-
important.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's
for
why
sure.
franchise is important. But imagine buying a franchise and you got a corporate job that pays you a lot of money, but the franchise you have doesn't make a whole lot of money.
Mhm.
And then you have to sacrifice your own to try to, you get what I'm saying?
How long you been owning it?
I've been owning it a year.
A year.
And then you trying to turn the corner on a business that already was kind of like a short sale. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so you have difficult times, you have difficult moments, and I know how to operate a business in the black. So when I get one in the green, I know how to take off with it and do what I'm supposed to do, because I have to be so strict about everything that's going on with this one, because if I don't, I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
Is this the last break though, right? It's the last one. But listen, man, I really, really appreciate y'all boys coming through for the podcast today.
For
I
sure.
think a lot of
we
people
get
get
part two.
educated. We're gonna do part 2
Yeah.
of this, and I'm gonna get another restaurant owner to come in here
Dope.
as well and just talk about it. But franchising, period, man, like y'all give y'all information out, because there might be people out here that do want to franchise a Wing World, but really never had the opportunity to know who to talk to about trying to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
TheWingsWorldFood.com. TheWingsWorldFood.com. Yeah, The Wings World at Gmail, The Wings World on everything. We appreciate y'all, man. We got, Wings World in Lancaster off Pleasant Run. We got Wings World off Wheatland. We got Wings World at Cedar Hill by the Chick-fil-A on 1382. We got Wings World in South Dallas on MLK by the fair. Shout out to the fair coming up. We got Wings World in Westmoreland and Bishop Arts. You know what I'm saying? We got Wings World in Humble. Man, y'all shout out to a franchisee. We got the pop-up Wings World spot in Venice, and we got the Wings World in Florence outside of Jackson, Mississippi. So, man, you probably can ride down any street and just yell out the window, "Where's Wings World?" And or you can just go Google it like a normal person would do today. You know what I'm saying? But man, we do appreciate that. I'm Roland Truitt, ME. You know what I'm saying? Vision. This one our right hand man. He took over the fashion stuff. You know what I'm saying, out there in Cali. You know what I'm saying? He give his right hand for us. You know what I'm saying? It's my bro right here. Appreciate him coming through. That's my other bro, Romello Smeller. Tell your mom we said hello. And, we Wings World. We make the restaurant rock stars, man.
Hey, man, it's been another episode. This is episode 3, man. I'm bringing heat When I say I'm bringing heat, man, I'm bringing heat, man. I'm bringing real people like the kitchen. I'm bringing real people that have businesses to come out here, man, and really show you guys like how to level up in life, man. And this podcast here is all about that, man. We trying to go from boy to boss and get that blueprint and get some type of guidance on how we can get there, man. Once again, it's your boy, Dr. Michael Anthony Hicks Jr. You like this stuff, you like the content, man, please like, subscribe, share, do all of that stuff, right? We got to get these followers up, man.
No, we got it.
And,
sure.
and I appreciate y'all for rocking with us again, man, on Boy the Boss, man. Talk to y'all later. Holla.
Yeah.